Hi, I'm here today with Yogi Kansagra, who is a good friend of mine and a very active person in the truth movement. I'm very keen to chat to you about this new venture that you've got. So, can you give us some background to freedombumperstickers.com?
Yes. So it started off really with, obviously you've got the freedomtribe.net project going on as well that I've initiated and started with the app and things. But what I'm finding is in going out flyering outside, flyering in the cold, flyering outside when I'm doing things, various, stand in the parks and all that kind of stuff. The difficulty is you can't be doing that all the time. It's hard to be out there, 24/7, really. I have used bumper stickers before, and I think somebody else in the freedom movement does sell bumper stickers and things. However, and the white rose labels, which is the other thing, which is out there. Unfortunately, it's just that some of the messages may be a bit provocative sometimes. That's one thing. The other thing is the quality of the stickers also is an issue, and the council, if you put them up somewhere, they will take them down as well. So I thought, well, how about using the car? We all have cars. Most of us have cars, and it's our private property. So, nobody should be able to touch that really if you have, a message on there. And censorship is one of the things that we face all the time. So to get over that and get out good websites, reliable websites, with an education purpose, a message that, hopefully will trigger people into research. That's the aim of it, and for people to go and reset their risk perception. That is one of the things I'm trying to do, reset their risk perception, sharing information about vaccines. I still see people wearing, masks in the shops and the public transport and things, and this thing's never going to end unless we kind of really tackle it head on.
100% agree. And that's interesting you talk about the censoring. A lot of people have invested or utilized their Facebook profile as a channel for truth. They've basically said, I don't post photos about my kids anymore. Everything I post is about getting that message out there. And that move over the last 2 years, individually by millions of people, Yogi, has been very powerful because there's a lot of watchers who sit there. They might not like, they might not comment, but they're watching the videos, they're reading the memes, they're reading the comments section and all the comments that go on. But then what do we have? Facebook banning us for 30 days. And what you've got there is quite unique because you can put it, as you say, we'll call the website up just now actually so as we can have a look at it. So it's Freedom Bumper Stickers, and I'll get us out the way just so that we can see everything fully here, because I think it's a very good site actually. Now you're a bit of an entrepreneur, tech guru, Yogi. You're like the Mark Zuckerberg of truth in many ways. You create apps, you create websites. You've always got good tech ideas. Sorry for associating you with Mark Zuckerberg. You're much
So I get
you're the complete opposite end of the spectrum for him. But you create good stuff. It's always well thought out. People need to get on board with it and come in and look at it. And the purpose of today is to try and highlight that. So walk me through the website for users so that we can try and convince people to come on, have a look and invest some time and money in what is a new way to get the truth message out. So tell me how it works.
Yeah, so the concept is that we can all do our part, by sticking these stickers on our cars or our wheelie bins, informing our neighbors, teaching them things. So the bumper stickers are there, as you can see. So if you want to maybe check out a few of those.
So there's two sections.
Yeah,
So you've got bumper stickers and badges.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Okay.
two or three different little concepts to help push the message out. So you've got the bumper stickers there. They've got the circular ones. You've got the square ones. The square ones have a bit more detail and message-wise. They have more text. So I know sometimes people think, people won't read it, but just imagine you're in the Sainsbury's car park or somewhere, and somebody's parked next to you. They're going to get intrigued by the thing stuck on the back of your car. So I'm pretty sure they will come and look at it. And I've seen that happen before, when I've been in car parks and things. So it's putting out a powerful message there. That's one of the stickers that's inspired by somebody that we both know, Jacqueline Dunn.
Yes.
So, she
very
promotes, she promotes or mentions the book Dissolving Illusions a lot. Dissolving Illusions is a great book. If people haven't read it, then it's definitely
So
worth.
it's almost like a conversation, isn't it? It's a conversation starter. But for anybody
Yeah.
who walks by and is attracted by the headline, and you're a bit of a marketing guru as well, you understand the power of headlines and
Yeah,
messaging.
that's
You know,
right. Yeah, questions, ask questions,
ask
things like that.
questions.
Yeah.
Did you know? And then you're into doctors of the public are not taught 99% of disease deaths declined before mass vaccination started in the 1960s. Sanitation, clean water, nutrition brought us health. Let's stop putting vaccines on a pedestal. And
Yeah.
then dissolvingillusions.com, ukmedfreedom.org, and then a link to Freedom bumper stickers. So, and a nice little graph there. So it's like a little information piece. It's not just a small amount of information. It's enough to whet their appetite and maybe get them out there looking further.
Yeah, that's right. And also, this is the thing I've realized, that thing underlying the narrative has always been vaccine saved us from disease, or vaccine saved us from polio. That's what's really kind of at the bottom of everything. The indoctrination that everybody has is based on that, really. And even the anti-vax label. So there's a bumper sticker for the anti-vax label as well. And anti-science equals, don't you know that vaccine saved us from polio? So that mindset goes back to the same thing again. So this underlying thing is always present. And unfortunately, what's happening right now that I see is that the narrative's kind of changing, like, oh, Pfizer's better than Moderna, or Pfizer's better than AstraZeneca, or something like that. So it's not really tackling the underlying problem. So we just got to really.
And this is an interesting one. So jab after jab about saving lives, question mark, yet still no advice on immune health and vitamin A, C, D and zinc. 2 years on, let that sink in. Anti-vaxxers equals an ex-vaxxer. That's pro-science. Who did due diligence to find questions as with thalidomide, tobacco, lead poisoning, water fluoridation? Let's stop putting vaccines on a pedestal. Dissolvingillusions.com again, and children'shealthdefense.org.
Yeah, it's a different website that time.
And these are like vinyl stickers. This is like high quality vinyl there.
Yes, that's right. So these are high quality vinyls. They won't, it's waterproof. It won't come off just like that. It probably lasts for years if you wanted it to.
And it's not controversial. You can put it on your bumper. People can see it. What is that? You don't see a lot of things on bumpers these days. So
No,
I think
that's
bumper
right.
stickers are very popular. And you were saying they can put it on their wheelie bin as well?
Yeah, so the wheelie bin, if you put it on your wheelie bin, if you just let your neighbors know a message as well in that sense, and that way somebody who's of the same mindset. So you might, just like on the Freedom Tribe, you got the app with the map on it to see who's next to you, who's a similar mindset. If you see a couple of those on your street, it's going to reinforce the message. It's basically the reverse of propaganda. So that's what the messaging is, isn't it? At bus stops, on the radio, on TV, all that kind of stuff. So it's the reinforcing of messages that's required.
That's it, and that could be an individual. Bus stops is another good one. I mean, the council could take it off. I'd imagine that'd be quite hard to take off. But maybe harder than a sticker, or
yeah, they are harder to take off. You need to probably use a hairdryer or something, or use WD-40, which is another thing to take it off with. Yeah. You can do that.
Yeah. So there's a real good collection there in terms of the bumper stickers. But you've also got
the badges. Yeah.
We've got the badges, and I think you've got a badge on just now. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so I've got the Freedom Tribe.
Yeah, we'll have a wee look at that in a second. So these badges, we have an immune system. Again, it's a great message. £2. It's a very small investment. Great for when you're turning up at a protest or you're out flyering,
and it helps us identify each other as well. It's like that person's of the same mindset.
Yeah, for conversation starters or whatever. Yeah. Put it on your bag. A lot of people decorate their bags with badges as well, and the young ones as well. So wonder why no one told us we have an immune system. Freedomtribe.net. Unrestricted air is healthier. Learn, mask, vax science, learn common law.
Yeah.
And then this other one, and lots and lots of people are talking about this just now, this sovereignty piece, standing in your sovereignty. Lots of people are studying common law. Explain a bit about this particular one in the link there to Guardians 300.
So I've kind of had conversations with various organizations and, found out what they do. And, Guardians 300 is one of the organizations that I've done the sovereign course with, actually, and one of their common law courses that they run. So these organizations need help pushing out the message of common law as well. And, basically we all should be just pushing out something, I think, on common law to help put spanners in the works, in different ways. Because it needs to be revived, really. That's lost knowledge, just like the vax knowledge is lost knowledge, with the history of vaccines. Same thing with common law as well. It's lost knowledge or not really out there. So learn common law, stand in your sovereignty. So if more people know about that and more people learn about it, and other people who don't know anything about it at the moment, they also learn about it, then it's going to get us back to a state of rule of law, hopefully, in that sense. So it's a bumper sticker again and a badge. Some people don't want to put a vaccine message on. That's the other thing. So this is to help those people that don't want to maybe put a vaccine message on. Then they can put a common law message on, which says the same thing in terms of I'm of the mind of freedom.
Yeah, that's excellent. So, and you've got free delivery there for all?
Yes, that's correct. So it's free delivery. So it's about getting the message out there, really. You order one bumper sticker or two bumper stickers, one for your wheelie bin, one for your car. Different designs. The mask one is great. If you have a look at the one for masks, that's quite nice. So it's to provoke thought and ask questions when people read it.
Especially when they've they're rolling back the restrictions on masks, but people are still out there wearing them.
Yeah, that's right. And who knows when the next variant will hit. So,
and again, heartgroup.org, great websites that people can visit here as well.
Yeah, reliable websites. Exactly.
Yeah, very reliable. So not the land of woo-woo stuff. It's all stuff that they would find valuable. So, so anybody investing in this, they're technically investing in truth. They're basically taking their own freedom of speech and amplifying it out there on a daily basis on as many transactions as they can. They're using it on their car, in their shop window, investing in something that they put in their local bus stop that they know is really busy, or on their wheelie bin, badges to wear at the protests, badges to wear anytime, conversation starters.
Conversation starters. The people who aren't really following our stuff, they're going to be intrigued by seeing a repetition of things, repetition of badges, repetition of car bumper stickers, and that same reverse propaganda type of stuff, really.
Yeah, I like that. I would certainly, if I saw, you've got a badge there, if I saw somebody with a badge on at a bar, I would go in to see what it was. And if it was that, we're into instant conversation territory, aren't we? And there's nothing better than meeting somebody on the same page as you these days.
Yeah, and it's messages that are soft enough, to not provoke unnecessary reactions. So it's education and pushing out a few websites that are important.
You've thought this through. You've put a lot of thought into what messages are sensitive enough to put out there, and I think that's very, very valuable that you've put that thought process in.
That was the Dissolving Illusions book that I just mentioned. So the messages are based on that. So the underlying narrative kind of comes from that, with vaccine saved us from polio and things. So it's from that angle that I've approached the problem. I
really like it. So freedombumperstickers.com, get on there, get yourself tooled up with all the kit, get yourself some badges, conversation starters, get out there and stand in your truth and in your sovereignty and get these messages out there.
Yeah, and you're leveraging the car and you're putting the message out there 24/7. It's not like restricted just to when you're flying, just to when, it's the yellow boards, all that kind of stuff. All that stuff works for a couple of hours, but then it gets cold. Or whatever it is. So just imagine 1 million cars with something like this on it. How powerful would that be as a pushback or education? A message.
Yeah, cars, wheelie bins, bus stops, and badges, and you've got everything there that people need. Okay, well, listen, we really like it. It's a great concept, and you've also got freedomtribe.net.
That's correct. So freedomtribe.net is the app. And that will help people identify people near them as well. So if everybody joins that, again, it's to see how big our economy is, just like you're doing, Steve, in that sense. With the Awaken pages and stuff. How do we know how big our economy is? We don't know. How many people are we? How many people can we rely on? If you want to do a call to action for a petition or something like that, there's a call to action section on it. So, imagine if suddenly 4 million people signed a petition tomorrow. It was that easy. If everybody was on it, it would have a different effect.
Yeah, we
to
have the answers there, don't we? These tools provide the answers. We just need to use them. The tools are there. So freedomtribe.net, freedombumperstickers.com, two amazing initiatives, Yogi. It's great to see that you're still doing these things. And as I said, everything that you do has got a very, very high quality about it, well thought out. So well done you, and thank you for your time today.
Thanks very much, Steve.